Hello, welcome back. Rover P6. We're going to tackle the near side front door. I'm going to completely strip it out and we'll get to show you what the gubbins look like inside, all the way down to the door locks, etc. If I find any problems whilst I'm stripping it out, I will highlight them for you, probably at the end, and if it helps you out, then great. And then we'll choose the best door. I've got a donor door. If you're going to choose the best one, and go ahead and start repairing it if need be, and see how we go. And without further ado, let's get going. Okay, you've got the two doors. Blue one's obviously the original. If you look here, it's all shot across the bottom, as per usual, all the way along, right to both corners, absolutely shot. Same on the inside as well. That ain't pretty, is it? And we've got some heavy corrosion where that moulding is. This is the donor. It's had a bit of a side swipe. Bit of corrosion there, that's looking pretty nasty. But the rest of it, not too sad. What I'm doing here is tapping out the mounting bracket for the frame and the door. It's causing the frame to get stuck. I thought it came out as one, but it isn't so. You'll hear it clanking the bottom of the door in a minute. There we go. That's removed, but it still takes a bit of yanking and pulling and sweating and cursing. Here comes my favourite tool. Gets me out of trouble every time. Trim removing tool, but it's made of sturdy stuff. It does work though, with a bit of leverage. Well, that was a bit of a struggle, I don't mind telling you. And the offer of a cup of tea comes along, just at the right time. Couple of hinge brackets, no big issues. I'll get them cleaned up. They should clean up real nice. I think they're made of aluminium. So we'll get them looking nice again. little pop rivets. Hold this seal between the door and the wing on. No big issues. Again, I think you can get the seals, so you can't fancy a new one. Strips to hold it on. You need to save. Again, they're going to clean up quite well. Here's your door locking mechanism. This is the screw that I ended up putting back to hold this mechanism in place. It was getting in the way, as you can see, stopping the frame coming out. So fairly straightforward. We've got a little circlip. Just gonna pop it off and the whole thing comes out. It's one unit. It's pretty basic, no great issues. Put the circlip back on, we don't want to be losing that. Here comes the trim tool again. Circlip off. We've got two mil bolts holding the outside door handle on. These came undone very easy. two little pins holding the door barrel. I'm making it look harder, but it's not. Doing it a bit blind, I think. There's one pin. There comes the second pin, and just pushes out. Job done. Well, there's your door frame. I don't know if you can see that okay. All out as one unit. Okay, problems that I had were this bar here runs right across the top of the door. You've got these screws here. You need the window fully down as far as it will go in order to get to them, and there was a couple that I couldn't get to unless that window was fully down. And at the bottom of the door, I think there's two screws, one you have to loosen and one you have to withdraw, so it allows the window to go a bit further down, and then you'll get to them. Some of the other problems that we encountered, well, I wouldn't say problems, but this mounting here, which is one of the front ones, I just presumed it stayed with the frame, but apparently you have to remove this first. It sits up here. You can see where that mounting is there. I think it sits like that. Just mounts on the bottom there like that. Not sure which way around it was. I think it was something like that, or it gets in the way. So it says remove it. I'm pretty sure yeah, that mountain's, I think it sits like that, but quote me if I'm wrong, something like that, and then you need to remove it, and then you'll find you'll have a bit more space to get the frame out. I've just caught this frame in time. It's going there, and it's come away at the end here, so I need to reattach it. Not quite sure how, because that's a bit of chrome, but anyway, we'll do that. What else was there? Oh yeah, the this door lock on the outside of the door that holds the main bit of the door lock in. You don't need to touch that until right at the end. I took it off, one of the first things that I took off. What that actually did was made the mechanism on the inside of the door move around, and it was actually getting in the way. In the end, I ended up putting it back into place and popping a screw back in, and that gave me more room to get the frame out. So just leave that till last knockings. Handles, they were a bit of a struggle. You got these circlips that you need to, that's what you're after, you're trying to find that to yank the circlip to pull it off. But they are, if you look, you get, just bear with me 1 second, trying to do this one-handed. It's like that, but you have to get between this washer and that spacer there, so what you're doing, you need to push these two pieces down. See if I can get this off. These are how hard they were. You have to prise them off of there, like that, and then you get to see, I don't know if you can see that, you can get to see where the groove is, and it's tucked right in the back there. So yeah, you need to get between this lot and this to get to that circlip, otherwise you just won't see it. So there you go for that one. Other than that, I think it was relatively straightforward. Door locking mechanism, definitely good. That was dead easy. If you've done it once or twice before, then I'm sure you'll have a good run at it. But yeah, and then onto the doors. Okay, I reckon of the two we're going to go for this brown one. Yes, there's a fair bit of damage on the lower section of the door. That's just a glancing blow, I think. And we've got a little bit of corrosion down that edge, just down there, but I'm sure we can patch it up. And here come the dogs to have a look. That's Tom, Akira. Hello. Alright. Yeah, so we're going to go for this one. So we'll get the paint stripped off, have a look, see what's underneath, and I'll come back to it. Also I'm doing here is, well, I've done before, is using some Dinitrol. I have paint stripped the door, and just applying, there's a couple of rusty bits dotted about. Dinitrol will take care of that. Okay, all we're doing here is going to give the door a clean up. It's been repaired. Bit of filler down the bottom and up the side. That piece of corrosion I was quite fortunate with. It wasn't as bad as it looked. I thought I was going to have to weld a bit in there, and absolutely when I stripped it down it was fine. It was just badly repaired. So had a bit of result on that one. So we're just cleaning it up with some wax and grease remover, giving it a good wipe down, get it absolutely clean. A little airline on it. Load of wax and grease remover to get completely dry. tack rag, last job, last few bits and pieces, nice wipe down, and we should be ready for some paint. Right then, let's go. This coat here is just a first coat, so not too wet. Get it down, just going to give the second coat something to stick to. Going to let that flash off about 5 minutes or so. Then what we're going to do now is put the second coat. We are using the 2-pack epoxy, and we're going to lay it down a lot wetter. See, I've slowed it down a little bit now, overlapping a bit more, and putting a wet coat on.